Hello everyone, my name is Mad Scorpion and I am here with a Deep Stone Crypt Raid Triumph guide in the form of the Not a Scratch Triumph. What that entitles is getting 6 of these pikes down to the final heat bubble, but a little detail they need to include is 6 pikes down to the final heat bubble with 6 people riding them. So you will need 6 people to do this Triumph. Aside from that, it is not too hard. You don't need all 6 people to know the way. But they do need to get down there, so you'll have to show them a little bit. Now, this one is pretty flexible as these pikes do respawn if they are destroyed. The only reason there isn't 6 up here now is because I already have 2 down there. As still proof of concept, this is still working as of December 7th when this video goes live. Now, what you're going to want to do is obviously you're going to want to grab a pike, whether or not you have 6 people or just 1 at the moment, and you're going to want to follow this path, making sure to hit the left trigger again at every jump to make sure that you can actually make the few jumps you need to make. Now, aside from that, that is the last section you need to worry about freezing, because there's a nifty little glitch that'll let you roam about a little bit easier. So what you want to do is in the second platform, because it's a little bit easier to do it here, leave your pike or sparrow, depending on which one you're bringing, and leave it outside where you're still gaining frostbite. And while you're still inside the bubble with your shelter from the storm buff, just hop on the pike and it should carry over and think you are now permanently immune. From there, you can take it a lot slower and only go as fast as you need to. So now you can follow this path a little bit more in depth. Now, like I said, you're going to want to make sure to hit left trigger is for every jump fresh to make sure that you make these jumps. And you can go ahead and ignore most ads as long as they're not jumping in front of you. But you're going to want to follow the lights as best as possible, but aside from that, just follow this guide to know where you're going. I know the storm makes it a little hard to see, but bear with me. You can be pretty slow until you reach right here, where you're going to want to need to boost over each of these cliffs to make sure that you actually make it. Now, it is death between here, but try to follow these best as possible and try not to lose control. So you'll keep following this until you either go that way towards the bubble, or you take a right turn, and you just do this little skip, and then you follow this until you make it over here to the caves, once you're not being flashbanged. Once you make it into the caves, most of the journey is done, because this is about the last leg of the journey. This is just a little maze right before the last heat bubble. As you can see shortly, once we actually get that far, if I think I'm going... here we go. That is the cave, and the last heat bubble is right here. Here are the other 2 sparrows that I mentioned that I left down here. These can be left here and not touched for a long length of time. So if you have 5 people who have no idea how to ride a sparrow and just walk the whole way here, you can easily bring them here and then just leave them in the heat bubble right here. You'll know it's the last heat bubble when there's a door out where that doesn't have an airlock. It's going to be open. So you'll want to bring all 6 pikes down here, leave them in a bubble, and just to make sure that nobody despawns or none get destroyed, just go ahead and have one of the people not driving it down ride it back. And just to get back up, these transmat systems will take you backwards one by one through each other heat bubble until you can get all the way back to the top just to grab more sparrows. Like I said before, at least I think I did, the pikes respawn if they get killed. So this one, you can do as many times as needed to actually finish it to get there. Now let's see, one more transmat. And you are back up top. And you can just do it over again for those who don't know how to drive pikes, or you can just, do some practice for the next time that you need to come down here. So with that, you should have finished the Triumph. As long as 6 people are riding a pike in the final bubble, you will have access to the brand new Retro Causality Sparrow that is exclusive to this raid and this Triumph. You cannot get it anywhere else. Now, if you enjoyed this video, a like, share, and subscribe would be heavily appreciated. And for more Deep Stone Crypt raid guides, more will be coming out. Not really on Triumphs, but more so upcoming are going to be loadout, mods, and weapons. What you'll want to use for each encounter if you just want to get through it, but don't want to have to spec out everything. With that, my name is Mad Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.